Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Now, speaking of comments, okay, got a comment from our friend North Carolina Jeff. He's the one who sent us that mug. And also the rollback mug. Okay, now, he was saying that if I glue this support in place right now, what if I get it a little bit wrong? And later on, when I'm trying to, match up the one that's going to go in right here with the other one, I can't get it because this thing's holding it the wrong way. In other words, wait. Put this on later. And I got to thinking about that. Yeah, that's right. I get a lot of good suggestions. And I've said this before. I sometimes forget. It's not that I don't appreciate them. Keep the suggestions coming. And the person that said, paint your little wire, well, I got good news for you. The little wire that goes in the stern section, wherever it is. Oh, I think it's behind me right now. I got good news for you. I accidentally pulled it loose yesterday when I was moving it around. I had over there, I forget what I was doing, and I accidentally pulled on it a little bit, and I thought I heard a little crackle, and I looked, and sure enough, the wire had come loose. So it's possible I can reach inside and paint that wire now with maybe I'm thinking possibly anything to make it flat so that it doesn't shine. So I'm thinking maybe the XF19. Well, that might be good. It'll sort of blend in with the clear plastic. Now, so yeah, keep the suggestions coming. I don't always do them, but I appreciate them. So I'm thinking what I should do though is maybe very carefully try and put these two halves together here, and let's try not to mark anything. And yeah, put these together and just put the one in from the other side. Where is it? Over there. Yeah. Well, anyway, you get the idea. And just see how is it going to go. I suppose there's no reason why, if I get it temporarily put together so that it can pull apart again, why couldn't I glue these in place? Well, probably because I wouldn't be able to manipulate the ends. Okay. I'm starting to not make any sense here, I'm sure. We might have a nice sunrise this morning. Yeah. It's going to be plain, though, I can tell you that. If there's no clouds in the sky, it's going to be plain. But that's all right. At least you get to see it. We'll see what happens. If it's nice, I'll stick it at the end of today's episode. If it's not, well, hey. Okay, I think we're basically ready to go here. We are ready for Missy the dog. And that's becoming a bit of a tradition, isn't it? Yeah, if anything happens to that dog, we may as well stop the model show. It'll be the end of the model ship series. Speaking of series, somebody might be thinking, Ron, you're not talking about your Honda motorcycle anymore. You see the tag over there that I so carefully have in view. Well, it's not that I'm not thinking about it. I do think about it. In fact, lately I've been slowly going through all the episodes that I put up last summer. I think there's 188 episodes of the Honda Rebel. I think I'm up to episode number 44 right now. I'm just slowly working my way through them, and I just sort of sit there in the evening and relax. And even though so many of them are the same, it's all kind of new again, and none of them are exactly the same. So it's pleasurable to me. I sort of think, hey, yeah, it's coming. Spring is coming. I'm thinking maybe 2 more months. Well, a little more. Yeah. So yeah, we'll be back out there. Okay, let's recompose here. Uh, hey Google, what time does the sun rise in Winnipeg this morning?
In Winnipeg today, the sun will rise at 8:03 a.m.
Okay, 8:03. Well, that's about in a minute. Okay, that's when it'll break the horizon. So we'll see
Hey.
it. We'll see it in about. And she says, "Hey, what was she trying to tell me here?" Okay. Uh, yeah, probably we won't actually see it for about 10 minutes though, because it has to get up in the sky to get over the bridge and the berm and what have you. We have this conversation way too many times. Let's recompose here. Put these two halves together, and I've got all my other parts over here. Pardon my boarding house reach. Okay. Yeah, try and get something done. Yesterday, I don't think we did anything. Just did a lot of talking. Yeah, I did. Yesterday did not go well, as far as accomplishments go. Yeah, we're if we're not going to fasten this thing in place, we are done with 64. We are now on 65. We're getting there. Okay, I am pleasantly surprised at how well this all seems to fit together. Like the positioning pin here at this end, and the positioning pin or whatever at this end, it all lines up. It's not like one half is slightly bigger or smaller than the other. Okay, we will recompose here. I might have to drill this out for this to fit. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, well I don't know if I'm gonna have to take this apart again now to do that. I'll just quickly do it if I have to. But anyway, yeah, these pieces, I want to be careful not to break my diving plane off here by accidentally setting it down like this. But everything fits pretty good. Oh, the sun is up. Okay. It's pretty plain. It's nice though. Okay, I'm going to just go ahead now and ream this out so that the other shaft will fit in. Then we'll recompose and see if we can see through the clear plastic here. We may or may not be able to. Okay, this is going to actually be my first time trying this. And I'm realizing now that we cannot see through this clear plastic as easily as I thought we were going to be able to. Okay, there, we got it. Now I could go ahead and put those brackets on right now on both sides, except that it's a lot easier to get this thing lined up if they're loose. So I think we'll take Jeff's advice and wait. Okay, I've been doing a little bit of thinking here, and so much of what is left to do on this build depends on these pieces being fastened together, maybe you might say for the last time, and the modules all installed. Now when the modules are all installed and I've finally decided where I'm going to run the wire out and stuff like that, it won't matter, which way the model is twisted. The modules are going to stay in place. Everything is glued. But we've got, okay, for instance, this piece right here. See, it shows that we would be putting it on when we are working with this side right here on the other side. But does that mean that it only fastens onto just that one part? Maybe it does. I guess what I'm trying to say is that so many of these pieces are going to be sticking out and so easily broken off, like this piece right here, which is, I can't remember where it is. I think it's behind me again. And then we move further over here onto step 66, and we got these little railings. Remember, this is the one that I had to repair. And this stuff is all going to be sticking out while I'm trying to manipulate to get the modules in place. I am wondering right now if we should be putting the modules in, temporarily sealing this up. Not so much that you can't get it apart in an emergency, but even if it was just fastened together with rubber bands and tape, and then put all this other stuff on. Yeah, because step 66 here, when we drop the guns down and some of this other really, really delicate stuff, it's showing that in 68 is when you're supposed to put the modules in place. But that doesn't make sense to me. I would have thought that I don't know. It's I've got to do something here, or the build is just going to grind to a stop, because I'm so undecided. If you know what I mean. Yeah, you know exactly what I mean. Oh, and then there was this piece here. Am I going to try and cut it? See if I can hold it so that the light catches the. No, you're too far away. But anyway, this is actually one section, two sections, and then these two little sections here. I think that it's supposed to represent four separate panels that would have been lifted up. Are we going to try and use that and have these panels sitting off to the side? Well, I guess they wouldn't really be sitting off to the side because they'd get washed away. Well, okay, let's do something here. Maybe I should get the modules out and lay them in place. I wanted to get the forward torpedo room in place anyway, so that I knew exactly how far back to put these torpedo doors. And as at least 2 or 3 viewers have mentioned, on some of those torpedoes tubes, I've got the doors closed and some of them are open. So technically, the doors should match up, should be closed on the torpedo tube that has the door open in the back. Otherwise, the water would rush in. I don't think that this would have been the door that would have sealed the water pressure. I think there was something. I think these they were just for streamlining. At least that's my opinion. I don't know. Yeah, let's get our modules out and lay them in. And oh my, decisions. Okay, I was just about to mix up my XF66 here, which has been thinned, and Missy the dog went out for her constitutional, so that means she could be by any minute. So I better not get started with the painting, but the idea will be to try and paint the wire. At least I can do that today. Come on in where it's warm.
Oh, yeah.
Minus 23 without a wind chill.
Yeah. Minus 33 with the wind chill.
Minus 33 with the wind chill.
35. Yeah.
Oh my.
My eyelashes froze together.
Yeah, it's a big difference from what we had a couple of days ago.
Tomorrow it's supposed to be minus 6. Crazy.
Crazy weather, huh? Crazy weather. Okay.
Yes, we have some bananas. We
Yeah.
have some bananas today.
Yeah. By tomorrow they'll be ready to bag and freeze. And what I do is I peel them and I put the bananas in bags, peeled, of course. And then when I thaw them out, or actually eat them cold like a fudgesicle, it tastes pretty good.
Sweet, eh?
Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah.
How was your night?
Night was good. I'm at a place on my model though that I'm undecided as what to do. Like I think maybe I should be putting the various modules inside the hull so that I can, because if I try to manipulate the hull after it's got a whole bunch of really fragile stuff on the outside of it, I'm going to be breaking stuff off. So I'm thinking maybe I should go ahead and get the
Put the modules in and complete the outside?
and complete the outside last.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, give it a try anyway.
You put the modules in, you can test all the LEDs at once.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
And if there's a wiring problem, you'll know right away before you start doing the really fun stuff on the valve.
Yeah. There we go, Missy. Thank you for coming. All right.
Thank you.
So we'll probably be seeing you at 3:30.
Yes. Yes. A little cool.
It's a little cool. Bye, Missy.
Bye up the rock.
In fact, it's not just a little cool, it's a big bit cool. Whew. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay, now we're about ready to mix up our paint here, and I'm just thinking that maybe what I should do is go and do a little bit of editing first. I'm kind of curious to see how it turned out when I removed the camera from the center of this thing. Were we able to see the little LED light fixture on the bottom there? That was sort of the plan. Yeah, I think I'm going to go do some editing and probably be back here in about an hour or so. Okay, we are just doing a dry run here. There's no paint on my brush. And the idea is to be able to reach in and go almost all the way back down to where that wire starts, and then drag the brush along the wire. Okay? Now, when it gets towards the end here, we'll go like this. We don't have to go all the way, but we're going to want to be able to have it so that the wet wire is not going to lay on the plastic here, on the clear plastic. And of course, the biggest thing will be to not accidentally touch the plastic with a brush, or have it so heavy that it's going to drip. All we want to do is just get rid of the shine, and I think that this will do it. I think that this flat paint, even though it's very thinned out, it's the number 66. It's going to help. Okay, if we don't try, we don't know. I hope it's not going to be a disaster, and I'm busy working around inside with Windex trying to clean up a mess I made. But I don't think so. I think it's going to go here. I don't know if I need to recompose or not. The lighting is kind of bad there. Let's see what would happen if I lowered the camera a bit. Okay, just one more dry run just to make sure I've got it here. I can reach in almost far enough. Now we don't want it to drip, and yet I want it to flood all around the wire. I had been hoping that the bristles would go. Okay, now don't touch the plastic. Well, I don't know if I got it or not. I think that the wire should have been painted maybe before I put it in here. Well, I think that this will help. It'll help, but it's not going to really completely camouflage the wire. Okay, it was a good idea. Now I don't want to pull that too tight. This is a weld bond. I think I made a mistake before when I used the CA glue. I think I used CA thin, but I'm not sure. Hopefully this is going to dry clear. There we go, sort of. Maybe I should use a paintbrush. That might have worked better. Okay, now I don't want to be getting it right here that I'm touching with the tweezer right now, because that has to fit into the onto the back of the larger piece. So let's just let that dry. We're gonna have to let that dry overnight, I'm afraid. Or at least for a while, and yeah, because I can't move anything now. I'm going to call it quits here. You can't see the clock, but it is almost 1 o'clock, and I got more editing I have to do. I wonder if I should try and get it over here on this other side here. No, I'm sure it's good. Okay, let's quit poking at it. I'm probably only going to make it worse. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. All being well, we'll see you tomorrow.